Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Well, what's this?
Okay.
Ariel,
yeah, good point.
Ariel Rivera for the first time, right? We've never checked him out, and there's a bit of a story between me and Regine, and you guys like sent us this video through. I haven't actually looked into like their personal lives and what the fuck the actual story is, but the story is from what you guys have told us that they used to collaborate a lot before.
Ah, cool.
And they, there's, I think he acts and he sings, so I have no idea what their actual relationship was, but this is back in the day, prior to, I don't know, them building lives, I guess. So lots of people were like, that's like kind of like the heartthrobs of the country kind of thing.
Right, okay, like the ship of the country, like everybody liked them together type
That's
thing.
sort of what they said, yeah. I mean, I don't
right.
know if it's true or not, but this is
Well,
them
you don't
together.
have to be together to be liked as a couple by
Well, if you
general
kiss-
public.
Kiss, you're sort of feeling into it, isn't it?
No, but they don't, of course, feed to the masses. It doesn't really actually mean that you would marry that person and,
I don't know, but it was fucking fun looking at the videos and the pictures. But anyways, this is one that we haven't seen, and they got the most requested because it's Regine and Ariel together.
Oh, but come on, look at that dress.
That's what I said to me. Regine looks amazing here.
Girl! That is hot. Oh, come on.
So lucky if you got to see that live.
Oh, this woman. Yes. I love her modulation, man. Look at the people going crazy.
Because the pictures in the
That to me
background.
is
Because the
nuts.
pictures in the background.
Ah,
So I don't think
right.
people knew Ariel was going to come. And then he just...
Okay, he just sprang out.
Look in your eye.
And I wanna be with you.
Only you. I think that's sort of what happens here.
Ah,
A
right.
real life High School Musical moment.
Wow, do they break into tap dance? That would be cool.
Yo, I have no idea. But dude, if you watch this live, what a jammy person you are. You're so lucky. I'd love to.
I mean, look at that dress. She looks so good. Wow, what a voice. Okay, I don't know him. I don't know what he looks like,
You
but
see the hype.
I'm already going crazy.
I know he acts, so maybe they did because she did a couple of things acting wise, didn't she?
Oh, she did
So
plenty, yeah.
maybe that's what it was.
I would like to see more of her acting stuff. I watched that movie where she acts with Piolo Pascual.
Was it good?
I watched it.
Great.
Yes, it's great.
I was gonna say, if you could go on a time machine and go back to any performance of any singers in the world,
I would go back to early 90s Regine Velasquez
Yeah.
era of life.
because I think the concerts as well were just
So
I don't
different.
know, everything looks so magical in
It
these videos.
does. I don't know if it's like the vintage feel of the video and you're like, totally taken by it, but yeah.
I definitely would have seen Regine Velasquez in the 90s. Would have loved, like from the like OPM scene, I would have loved to see Jaya in the early 2000s as well.
Oh, you know who I
would
would
love to see JR in 2003.
That's exactly who I was gonna
Yeah,
say. JR in the early 2000s with Kyla. Oh,
Jano
woman.
Gibbs, would have loved to see that motherfucker like 2005.
South
4.
Border. That would
Yeah,
be my
yeah.
jam.
Yeah, like there's so many just from the Philippine scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think most people would also say it's like a Regine Velasquez in the 1990s.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
go on.
Oh,
or the
yeah,
80s,
baby.
80s, 90s.
No, well, I think her gold, like when she started to become like that pop
yeah, like seeing the
figure.
rise of
Yeah,
Regine.
like,
That's what I
here
think
she,
would
what
like.
she is like definitely the 90s, early 2000s. That was like her.
Cause mate, you give me a ticket to watch her right now, I will take it.
I'll take it.
But what's intriguing to me is because she's such a phenom, such a vocal phenom. It would have been interesting to see the rise, like how the
Rise of the queen
yeah,
herself. You know?
on.
Yes, I agree. I mean, she is so sexy.
Ariel.
Oh, and she looks at him like that. the crowd is louder than him. Each other. Come on.
Proper High School Musical 2 moment, can I say here? I've got to go my own way, you know? That's basically what she's saying. I've got to go my own way. But what about us? That's right, you know? This is actually even worse. He's basically saying, fuck off. I can't deal with this. You've broken me. That's so tough. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine if that was actually real? If you imagine that was actually, if they were going through that in their lives as a couple, right? And then they sing this, or just in any case, like say this happens to whoever, and but you're famous and you're singing.
There was a telenovela from Mexico. That the whole freaking plot of the show was about the two main people fighting and singing about the fights.
but I mean, in real life though, can you imagine how?
Efra, this is a minority. Who the hell goes around singing about their heartbreak?
Yeah, true. But I just mean that. Can you imagine if that was actually real? I don't know if it was. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. That was kind of the presumption. That's why maybe it went so sort of created so many headlines. Because back in the day, it was about newspapers, wasn't it?
It was.
Now it's like it's newspapers, but online.
Instant.
With clickbait titles.
Instantly.
Yeah, go on.
In the moment.
Yeah.
Clip going viral. It's great though, my god. Similar timbre to Martin. Herrera.
It's a good song.
That is a hard freaking singing line.
That's a good
that is
song,
a great
dog.
song.
I was gonna say.
I think the music video was playing in the background.
Yeah.
Of them being all like, wow.
Lovey-dovey, yeah.
No, but like early 2000s, late 90s, cheese grater focus.
Yeah, I think what that type of voice, that timbre, that texture became very popularized in those sort of years. You know, the early 2000s in the Philippines, for male vocals. So
rare.
It's the same manner. I do wonder who was kind of the person who popularized it, or the sort of bands or singers that popularized that male voice. Obviously, Martin being one of the big players in that sense. I guess Augie to a certain extent as well.
He doesn't have that timbre.
No, I guess he is, which is more lyricism wise, you know.
Romanticism, like balladier, I can see that, but like the vocal timbre itself.
Definitely, yeah, probably Martin, someone like that, probably popularized it back in the day. But it would be interesting because you know the Philippines and their correlation between power vocals, it goes way beyond Regine. Like Regine was definitely one of the ones that popularized it all across Asia. But you look prior to Regine and voices prior to Regine in the Philippines, and it just seemed power vocals were just the shit in the Philippines prior to that. You know, you also did have even more folk sounding stuff.
Yes.
Which is crazy because that's kind of where it's going at the moment as well. So it's kind of so cyclical in like 100 years.
That's just music for you.
So studying like the Philippines music industry to us, off of camera and even on camera, obviously, it's been quite intriguing in that sense. It's
been quite fun.
Yeah, but I do wonder if you do know perhaps who was kind of like the pinnacle male voice in the 90s, early 2000s. I wonder who that was.
Because there's always that one person that popularized a sound, and then a lot of other things similar to the sound become popular. So whoever springs to mind, let us know down in the comment section below.
Because in the female side,
it would be really fun.
Early 90s, early 2000s, definitely the person who marked the industry in a certain sense when it comes to female vocalizations or vocals was Regine, or is Regine.
And it was the style of singing that became very popularized.
Well, essentially birit, right?
Yes, that's right.
People say it's like a Filipino word, right? But it's like everyone knows what that is, thanks to the Philippines,
That's
which is
right.
fucking crazy. Go on.
Well, it's a singing terminology, but it's become so popularized.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if this love's not ours to have,
Brilliant.
if this love's not ours to have,
Oh my god.
I let it go with
Dude, what a dress!
I know. She looks absolutely amazing. Oh! Bravo! Come on! Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, there you go! There you go!
That's a
There
brilliant
you
thing.
go!
Ladies and gentlemen,
My ex.
My ex!
what can I say?
To be completely honest, Regine,
Fuck it over, Regine. That's what,
I'm pretty sure everybody knew who he was. He didn't need to be introduced.
Well, I
Ladies
guess-
and gentlemen,
I guess because everyone's going crazy.
my
and
ex!
shit, yeah.
You know what? That's gonna be my new meme.
See, I told
What's
you.
that?
I told you this video was very crazy,
Nice.
and I haven't watched it, but people in the comments kept alluding to something, but they wouldn't want to spoil it.
Right.
That's why that fucking weird intro. That's me trying to.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
my ex.
Regine Velasquez EX. Well, anyways, let us know what you guys thought about it, and apart from that, goodbye.